good stuff. Yeah, like I said, Brent, the videos, they keep coming into third phase of moon, and we're in kind of freezing conditions right now, so we're a little short of breath. It's about 47 degrees at our location, and we're not used to it. We're, like I said, crossing across America. We're Hawaii boys, and this weather is kind of getting us a little bit, but we want to bring you the news, and we're looking at this. And guys, I want to get your opinions. What's going on in this video? These three lights, as we're watching it, we see them traveling down a freeway, and they're pointing their cameras out, watching these lights remain stationary for a while. You could hear a little communication. Whatever's going on between the eyewitnesses, you could hear that they're baffled about what they're looking at. The question is, what are they looking at? That's what we want to find out. We're looking at it again, and we see a really good close-up of this craft. And like you said, Brent, you could almost see a triangular-shaped halo around it, almost shadow formed, almost maybe cloaking in its own way. Brent, your last thoughts on this before we get to the next video?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. We got a bunch more coming up. This was just a good start. Again, is this what people might say is a TR-3B encounter? Well, I'm not going to rule it out. We just need more evidence. I'd like to see a better vantage point. If somebody else saw something like this along the highway, we'd sure like to see it. Good stuff. This is a good start.
Probably the most popular type of UFO you'll ever see. The ones that look like lights in the sky, flares, Chinese lanterns, something that looks illuminated either from the inside of itself or some other way. Now, a lot of people are immediately going to go to flares, and I'm going to show you a video here in a second, but when you get close up on these, you don't see the gondola, you don't see a parachute, you don't even see smoke. And a lot of people say that's why these are special, because you don't see those apparatus. You know, you don't see the apparatus hanging off of it, a parachute or a gondola or something that's on fire. Well, that's because of a lot of variables. You have what looks like sort of a foggy weather condition. It's hard to tell how far away the lights are. They could be 1 mile, they could be 30. Impossible to know right now. I would say they're probably 5 to 10 miles away. But you don't see smoke because of that. And the camera that these people are using isn't going to pick it up like you think you would. Now, this might very well be UFOs. Real, unimaginable UFOs. Comparing them to the flare video, these are flares at night. And you can see these are about 10 miles away. You don't see any smoke. I'll play it again. These go in, as soon as they drop, they start to go out. But flares can last 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I think up to 30 minutes, depending on the altitude they're dropping them at. This is very interesting. They are staying in that shape. Flares seem to meander. They don't keep a perfect formation in line, even though it's an optical illusion. I'll give you an example, like the Phoenix lights. People think those lights were straight, and they weren't. It's just they were 30 miles away from the guy who shot the event at 10 o'clock, which were flares. But here, we don't have enough video. We don't have enough length to see how this is drifting, if it is drifting in the wind, if it's going against the wind. It's just some person driving down the road and sees something that they don't normally see. And I want to question, Why would flares be dropped over what looks like maybe suburbia or residential area? For years, people have been seeing these fire orbs in the sky. I don't dismiss anything until I know for a fact. It's amazing. It's good stuff. It really is.
We've got even more videos for you, so let's take a look at this incredible imagery from the ISS. We're going to be looking at this image very closely because what we're looking at is quite incredible. We have multiple objects captured within the image. As we take a closer look at it, you can see very distinctly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, including another cigar-shaped craft up on the top left over there. What is this all about? Definitely it's not Starlink, and we're trying to get NASA to tell us what the heck is being captured within their images. And right now this image is very spectacular. Look, as we add some contrast and brightness to it, it really pops. And this is the location of the actual image itself. And this is what I like, that this isn't any kind of CGI. What we're looking at is coming in from the gateway to astronaut photography of Earth itself. But did they actually notice these objects when they were taking this picture? This is quite insane, if you ask me. Brent, what's your thoughts here?
Yeah, Blake, a lot of stuff going on in this photo. Again, you notice that little clip on the left, a little cigar shape, and then these spheric orbs. Here's a great close-up. Look at the shading on these particular objects. The one to the left seems to be the largest, which is kind of strange. This almost looks like something out of 2001: A Space Odyssey. It's pretty awesome. Imagine a closer picture of clear detail that would match and give us a full spectrum of what we're looking at here. Is this something otherworldly? I know we're looking at the dates. This was even captured before Elon Musk Starlink even existed. So this is pretty awesome that this is out there and we could rule out Starlink entirely. What is this?
Absolutely, possibly a secret space program, as we've been saying for a long time. Some people will say, that's ridiculous. How could there be a secret space program? They would tell us. But as we watched yesterday, in the episode we put up, they're redacting all kinds of information in regards to the UFO phenomenon. But again, this is photographic evidence, and there's no denying what is being captured is in outer space above Earth itself. And then again, along with the 5 spherical orbs, we're seeing this cigar shape up on the left over there. Do you guys see it? So there's multiple objects within this capture, and again, the brightness contrast showcasing the 5 observables. What's going on here? Are we going to get a straight answer? I know this has been out in the archives, but again, we're asking the big questions, and hopefully NASA could tell us. Maybe even Elon Musk could tell us as well. Elon, are you watching Third Phase of Moon? Can you tell us what the heck this is? Definitely it's not your Starlinks. Is this, again, some kind of secret space program that Space Force has implemented to, I don't know, observe Earth? Or is this something extraterrestrial in nature? Brent?
Yeah, we're talking about transmedium craft that could travel underneath the water, in air, and possibly space. Is this a leading edge of information that could basically showcase what we're looking at and dispel everything and prove that what we're seeing is something otherworldly with technology that we're not familiar with? It's pretty awesome. I'm pumped up tonight on tonight's episode. Smash that thumbs up, everybody, if you're as excited about the UFOs we're going to be watching tonight. But then again, what are these? Kind of a fleet of Tic Tacs following each other? This is awesome stuff.
Well, you can't say this isn't real. This is straight out of NASA, out of one of their files. Somebody found this in their archives, and Nobody knows what it is. The first thing I went to in my mind was Starlink, but they don't stay close like this, and it looks like the one all the way to the left may be a little bigger. Is it pulling the other 4? It can't be water drops on the lens, or you know what I mean? It just can't. Or can it? I don't know. I've never been to space, but from what I hear, there is water in space. But frozen water, I'm assuming they mean. This, to me, looks like Tic Tacs. And I don't know if they're leaving the Earth or just hovering in the atmosphere or above the atmosphere in orbit. It's these have to be huge. Well, I guess it all depends on how far away from the camera it is and what it is. If you want to say these are some sort of alien technology, you wouldn't be wrong. You don't know, because I don't even know if that's our technology. I don't even know if that's space debris. I don't know what that is. All I know is NASA has it, and they captured it. And it's there. And I can't tell you if that's a lens anomaly, a film anomaly. I've never seen anything like it. So again, we're left shaking our heads and no answer. And we will never get an answer. You know that's what NASA stands for. Never a straight answer. Yeah. There's a lot of other meanings, but that is the most... That's the one that means, exactly what I think they stand for. You never get a straight answer from them. But I understand it. Something they don't understand? How could they tell us what it is when they don't understand? If anybody knows what this is, let us know. Our contact information is on our channels. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Another great sighting.
Earthlings, we come in peace. I have come from a galaxy far away to deliver a very special message. Please join me at my YouTube channel, Blue Room Media, as we explore multiple historical UFO cases. We are of peace, always.
Just a little update. We did a story about a week ago on goats and other animals walking in circles. And I was doing a little more research and found some things out that not all of the animals got listeriosis, which is caused by encephalitis, which is, a disease that will often make the goats walk in circles. So they get depressed, and there is a way to treat them, but that isn't the case. In all of these animals that were tested, they didn't have encephalitis, listeriosis. They don't know why. And it may be something that happens to goats and maybe bulls, horses, but it doesn't happen to chickens, ants, and turtles. And somebody said the turtles were CGI. I don't know what's going on, but I did want to make that update and let you guys know that they did some tests, and it's not, a lot of them did not test for listeriosis.
So there's a pause picture right there, so we could get a closer look. Incredible footage right now, and it's having me second guess this, if this is CGI or if this is too good to be true. But as I keep looking at it closer and closer, it seems legitimate. I like where this craft just hovers ever so graceful in the sky, steady as it is, and the cameraman tilts, and the parallax is just beautiful. It's perfect in my opinion. The in and out, everything seems to match up really well here. Brent, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, this is a pretty badass video. We pulled this up today. A friend just sent this in and we're like, what the heck's going on? Again, look at this close-up right here. This looks like what people say would emulate the Bob Lazar sports model, as he dubbed. This thing's crazy. I like the parallax and the axis of the camera tilting, which really leans towards credibility of this video being real. Now look at this thing. How big is it? I'm saying no longer than 24 feet. This thing's quite the object right there, just hovering in this nice little landscape that we see.
Yeah, I'd have to say maybe longer than 24 feet. As I look at this is quite some distance. I'd almost double that up to maybe 48 feet in length. But some people might speculate here that this could be some kind of paraglider or a wing glider, but I'm not seeing any kind of undercarriage. And if it's being pulled by a boat, I'm not seeing any kind of boat off in the distance like you would see in these tour rides off coast, where people rent a little bit of time so they could go up on a parachute as the boat tugs them along. We're not seeing any evidence of this. Again, it is quite spectacular. What are we looking at here in broad daylight? That's what I'm digging about this. We're looking at it very close right here, and I'm not seeing any kind of manipulation. This, in my opinion, is legit footage. The question is, what is it? We're trying to lock down the exact location of this, but obviously it's in a tropical mountainous region. Again, the winds are kind of slight. I'd have to, again, roll out a kite as we look at this photograph a little closer. As we add brightness contrast, kind of gives a little bit of idea what this could be made of. It almost looks metallic.
Wow. Here's a really, really good video of what could be a serious UFO disc. And I am looking at this just like you, and I'm shaking my head saying, if this is real, why isn't this being broadcast all around the world? Why aren't people flocking to this area, right? Wanting to catch these things. Yes, it's random, but this looks legit. It doesn't look like CGI, but of course the quality isn't that good. It looks to be spinning. There seems to be a cross breeze. And if this was a balloon, I would think that would be wobbling, terribly wobbling, because you can see the branches of the trees moving. See? So there's probably 10 to 15 mile an hour breezes. Even if it's 5 miles an hour and that's a balloon, it's going to be pushed around, tilt on its side. When you look at this, you say two things, balloon or CGI. Now you can throw in maybe it's a drone. I don't know, and I don't think it is. I wish we could get a clearer image of this or a corroborating video from someone else. But this is, if it's real, it's amazing. I'm not saying it's a legitimate back-engineered craft. Do we see any reflections on the water? It looks like there might be a reflection of that in the water. I thought I may have seen something. Let's see if I can bring it back. Let's wait for it to get to the net. Let's see, is there any reflection in the water? It looks to be about, I would say 30 to 40 feet Wow, I almost think I see a reflection, but I don't think it is. It's a very short video, which is also suspect. If you're recording a UFO like this, you would think they would record it until the very end as long as they could, but this is why I have doubts. But I like it. But I have my doubts. Well, thank you very much, Third Phase of Moon. Another incredible episode. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time on Third Phase of Moon.
Object flying.